Speaking of great reasons to be alive, we're going to get right into the conversation because, I mean, Fantasia's family drama. I mean, first it was Glow, now it's Fan. Not fan, right? Apparently, right? At first it started off, and I'm going to be honest a little bit with y'all. At first it started off, she was doing a show, I guess it was, and her husband came on stage and did a big grand gesture, right? So I think that's where it initially started. Her father, who apparently she's not as close with, saw that grand gesture and then went on social media to blast it and be like, hey, he only did that because he's stealing money. You know what I'm saying? So then Fan had to come out and be like, nah, nigga, stop playing. Your mama and me, we've been covering for your ass. Fuck that shit. It's on the pop in. And then she dropped, like, I guess his arrest record for domestic situation. And then her husband came to the fore to speak up because he felt like, hey, man, hey, babe, I got this. So, what do y'all think, man? I mean, it seems to have worked out for Glorilla's studly brother, in terms of using this opportunity for money and fame. So what do you think in terms of like the dad? Or do you think he's out of line, or is he just being like a protective father, even if it's like from over there? What are your thoughts?
He is all the way out of line. Okay. She is, if I'm understanding, she's married to the guy, right? It's her husband now.
Yeah.
Right? Or just fiance.
I's married now,
They're married now,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Now, so when you're married, that redefines where your loyalties are. That's why the father gives the bride away to the groom, right? You give away, you wash your hands. You're like, yo, she's on you now. You got this. If you didn't think that person was the right person, you didn't give your blessing. If they even asked for the blessing, right? But when you get married, your primary loyalty should shift. And that's not disrespect. That's by design, right? Parents are there for your history. They were there to protect your history, your past, to raise you up. But spouses protect your future. I feel like the dad is just trying to get attention. I think he's trying to get attention. And something else kind of bothered me, right? I watched the Fantasia autobiography movie or whatever. Okay, I think I might have watched 2 of them. I didn't really see him in either one. So it's odd to hear all this rah, rah, rah out of him right now when he wasn't. I didn't see him at the American Idol thing, right? I didn't see that. Anyway, so just because your daughter becomes somebody's wife and you think you know better, you got to let them go be grown, right? Because you gave them away. He didn't lose her if he ever had her. And let me get aside to just a father, because I'm a father of daughters, right? When my daughters get married, that's it. That guy got them. Now, if he mistreats them, they can always come home. But as long as they want to be with that dude, it is where it is. The dad lost his authority when she married or when he walked out, whatever you look at, right? Some parents struggle with that transfer of power. They struggle with letting go. But, and I'll say this in land, I really feel like marriage without priority, if I'm married to you and I'm not your priority, then we just dating with paperwork because nothing's really changed.
So can I just add a little bit more context on the father side? So the father basically said that he recognized that his daughter is naive and has been naive in her choices with men and is easily manipulated, and felt that this guy, who apparently had a prison record as well, I guess it was 5 years or something, and then they got married, he was like, this is just another form of manipulation, because just last week, as Nick indicated in the story, he stole this money and then got that lady fired who reported it. And so I'm just adding some additional context to where he may have felt like he was protecting her, because he said that, hey, this re-proposal was just like, I want to call it the Offset Cardi B moment, right? Where he was like, yo, I cheated again, but here, let me do this for you. Where in this case, it was financial, right? It was like, yo, I may have messed up, but that's hearsay. I'm not saying it happened or not. It's alleged. And so this was his big Offset moment. And as a matter of fact, it almost looked like that too. Like he was like, oh, let me look at the Offset playbook because he kept Cardi B that way. But this is just some additional context that I'm adding. That's all.
Okay, let me push back a little bit. Just a little bit. And my pushback is this. The father's time to have all this input was when she was growing, and he should have been giving her game. Then maybe her picker wouldn't be so bad. But she's a grown woman now. She got her own kids. She got her own career. She got her own life. Bruh, don't bring the public into this thing because you don't have no sway with your daughter. Fall back, bruh. Fall back.
Can I add to that? Cause it's like, I really want to just double tap on the fact that it's like, he didn't have to bring the public into it. It's like, if you have a loved one, if you're not communicating with them or whatever, it's like someone from their camp brought it to your attention, then you go to someone who you feel they trust. You go to someone who that you feel that they will listen to. You don't put their business all out there and then be like, oh, it's like you're making them feel ashamed. You're making them feel like they have to defend their husband and their choices. It's like, if you think that they're making a mistake, why are you putting them in a position where like now they have to like stand their ground with it? Because it's like, no, like, you're not gonna like go to the public and say all of these things because now I'm gonna defend my decisions. But if he's like, oh, like, this person from within their camp came to me and they said this or whatever, then it's like, you know what? I know that she has favor with this person. I know that, that she looks up to this person or has a foundation with this person. I know she won't listen to me. I'm not, she doesn't care about me. She doesn't care what I think. I'm not going to go to her. I'll go to this person and I'll try to see if I can, plead my case to them and get them on my side so that, because I love my daughter and I care about her and I feel like I feel responsible for her. How you feel responsible for someone if you putting their business all out there in the street and be like, oh, if they don't listen to me, then they dumb. That's not to me, that's not love.
But what if he asked for prayer? He did say he asked the public to pray for them. Does that help? Does it count?
So for
Messy.
me, you can do that without putting their business all out in the street. It's like, oh, my daughter's going through something right now. She's going through something very tough, and I just ask for your prayers for her in this time. You don't have to be like, oh, well, her husband stole money,
Specifics.
and I got receipts. So that's just my opinion.
It's church messy. You know what I'm saying? You tell a person business doing the prayer request just to air out their dirty laundry. No, it's not cool.
I can't really take anything away from what you guys said. We've seen this with other celebrities, especially when they got married. The closest one I can think of, Candy went through the whole thing with her mom and Todd trying to steal your money and everything. So I think whether it was this guy or anybody else, I think her dad would have probably had an issue with it. Probably, like I said, money's missing. They came to him with it, allegedly. Okay, cool. Well, handling it on the back end, inside the locker room, that's the correct way to do it. Now, why he did, but it just even if he's 100% right and is well founded, that's cool. But the format what he did, it makes it just look messy. If anything, it's going to make a double down. Like, oh, nobody's like, oh, now that you blasted me in public, now I see, now I can hear you better and where you're coming from. And even with the whole naive thing, Fantasia's not a spring chicken, man. She's up there. If he's right, she's just gonna have to deal with it. She knows what kind of guy she's dealing with. Hey, listen, naive is cool, but at some point you're gonna have to own it, and she might get taken for a ride. But she's a big girl. He's gonna have to deal with that. He's gonna have to suffer through it with the rest of us.